Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you guys are having a blessed Friday. Just got off work right now. Hair's a little messy, but overall it was a good day for me today. This video here, I decided to talk about the election, the situation that we're up against right now as Americans, as a country. And the reason why I wanted to talk is because I understand that right now we're in a situation where America's been divided. There's a lot of mixed emotions. A lot of people that are filled with hate, strife, anger. They're just full of mixed emotions. And, to some degree, I understand, why people would feel this way. Then, to another degree, I seem to have a problem with why people feel the way they feel and why they see the things why they feel the way they feel for the things that they see. And, just off the top, I don't really think that there's a lot of people out there who truly and genuinely look into matters for what they really are. I think a lot of people out there are mostly led by their emotions, and that could be a dangerous thing. It can be a bad thing. When we're led by emotions, we cloud our judgments. We basically unseat our intelligence and we replace it with our emotions. I refuse to be that type of individual. I think of myself as a smart individual. I think of myself as intelligent. I believe I have a good gift of discernment, perception, and I also believe that I have good morals as well. And this election has been one of the weirdest elections, if not the most weirdest and the only weirdest election that we've had since Abraham Lincoln. As a nation, we've have not done a good job at keeping things together, at keeping things in order, at getting a hold of ourselves and tackling this together. I try to look at it from all angles. I try to look at it, from the lenses and the perspective of both sides, or all sides involved. And I do my best at trying to rationalize. But there are just some things that you just can't rationalize with. There are just some things that, bottom line are just wrong. And, if we learn to judge properly, accordingly, I think we're going to be all right. But that's not the case with, our nation today. I'm going to be upfront with this, that during this election, I voted for Donald Trump. I wanted Donald Trump to win. Why? Because he has an agenda that lines up closer to what my morals are. I do have my morals, I do have my personal values, and the majority of that is found in the Bible. I like to do the ethical thing. I've always been about doing the right thing versus the wrong thing. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. I fall short all the time. But what I like to do is I like to challenge myself to learn from my mistakes. I like to challenge myself to get up, dust myself, and try to not let that mistake happen again. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. Regardless, it's okay. I'm human. Now, with that said, I'm not a Joe Biden fan. Never have been. I'm not a Donald Trump fan either. I'm not too excited for Donald Trump. Sometimes I think he says things that are rude. You know, I think sometimes he says things that he could say or phrase a little bit better. But that's just where I stand with it. However, I voted for him because I feel that the agenda that he pushes would be better agenda to push into this country, which would make this country a far better country than the agenda that Joe Biden wants to push upon us. And that's where I stand with it. Now, up to right now, it appears as if Joe Biden won. And you know, fair enough. Okay, that's cool. I've been hearing a lot of rumors that there was fraud in the ballots. Pardon me. In many states. You know, Donald Trump on election night, November the 3rd, appeared to have had everything won. Then overnight, I think they said it was like from 3:30 to 4:30 in the morning, unexpectedly a lot of Joe Biden ballots showed up. Now, look, I'm not going to sit here and go into detail as to what I think, because at the end of the day, what I think really doesn't matter. It's what's being put out there. I thought that the minute the ballots would cut off, I thought that there was a cutoff time for ballots to make it in. That's what I thought. Apparently not. Now, with that said, you know, Joe Biden is clearly on his way to a victory. Fair enough. One thing I will say is that when Joe Biden is declared the new president of the United States, I'm not going to go out into the streets and riot. I'm not going to go out and burn buildings down. I'm not going to go out there and shit on people's lawns. I'm not going to go out there and trespass property or beat the elderly up, because I don't believe in those things. And I also believe that the Republican Party doesn't believe in those things. Now, by heart, I'm a conservative. I am Christian. I'm a conservative. And conservatives do fall in line more with, you know, the Republican Party. I believe that the American spirit, you know, should be that despite who is in office, we should learn to congratulate the other party and move on from it. Let it go. 4 years. After 4 years, you can vote them out if you're not pleased with their work. That's fine. But I'm going to tell you right now, the last 4 years for Donald Trump were like living hell. That man never had a break. The Democratic Party worked hard. They worked overtime to try to dig up junk on him. Not one time did they ever back away. No, they were busy trying to unseat the guy before the guy finished his term. And guess what? The Russian hoax didn't happen. Nothing came to the light. Nothing was ever exposed. Okay? They tried to blame him for being a racist, and when he went before everyone and condemned the racism, including the KKK and the white supremacists, which he did, and I'll tell you, if you go onto YouTube and you type in Donald Trump condemns racism, there will be at least 7 to 8 videos where Donald Trump verbally condemns racism. That's just in case you don't believe what I'm saying right now. Because I do look into matters. I do my own research. I like to do my own research because I can't take the word from people. And why can't I take word from people? Is because people get emotional. People tend to judge off of emotions. And people today are too prideful to truly admit the truth. Even if a candidate came forth, and let's say, boom, they proved someone wrong. People today won't admit that. Their emotions will get the best of them, and they'll still accuse the candidate, whether or not the candidate proved his point to either be true or not true. So, I have my own perspective on this election. I have my own perspective on the way that this nation should be ran. But here today, as an American citizen and someone who's living life to try to do the right thing, moving forward, I do want to see good change in this country. And look, I had people, and I'm going to refer to them as people, who I thought were friends, who when they found out that I was pulling for Trump or voting for Trump, they came at me, and they came at me very rude, disrespectful. They verbally attacked me. They posted things on social media and said this and yeah, and all this, all the nonsense that comes along with it. Look, let me tell you something right now. You're not gonna see that from me. I'm gonna hold to my word. Just because you voted for Joe Biden doesn't mean I'm gonna come across sideways to you. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna get angry, lose sleep. Doesn't mean I'm gonna come and diss you and say F you, like some people said to me. This is where real friendships are made and discerned. If you show me that you're my friend, I'm going to show you that I'm a friend right back. Fake friends, when the right situation hits, are exposed. And this is something that has happened in this election. There's been a lot of fake friends that have been exposed because they can't stand that you voted for someone that they don't agree with or someone that they don't like, and they just want you to join their bandwagon or their group so that all of you guys combined can bash on the candidate that they don't like. But let me tell you guys right now, let's not be an emotionally led nation. We got to start standing up and voting for the changes that we want to see in this nation. If deep down inside you feel that Joe Biden is going to bring the changes that you believe are going to help this nation, then, let it be. I'm not going to come in and diss you or try to discourage you from it. But one thing I will tell you is I'm going to tell you or show you what Joe Biden is all about. I am going to show you, hey, you know what? This is what you're voting for. If this is what you want, hey, fine, so be it. But I just feel that I need to let you know what you're voting for. And vice versa. For those that are, voting for the opposite candidate, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we know what we're voting for and that we're not voting against a candidate just because we just don't like him because he's white or he's brown or he's black or whatever color he's going to be. Stop looking at the color of the chess piece and start looking at the moves that are being made on the chessboard. Let's be wise people, okay? Some people didn't like Donald Trump because they said he's a racist. Then there were a lot of people who didn't like Joe Biden because they said he was a pedophile. I said I voted for Donald Trump because the agenda that he's pushing lines up closer to that which the Bible teaches. He was defending the faith. Now, in no way am I defending Donald Trump's actions when it comes to moral behavior. I think Donald Trump, again, as I mentioned earlier, can be rude. The guy's got a mouth. You know, sometimes I used to feel like, man, somebody just needs to take the phone away from this dude and don't let him text anymore or tweet, you know, because of things he would say. You know, believe it or not, I feel you. I'm on the same boat when it comes to, you know, his behavior, his form of conduct sometimes. Now, with that said, Joe Biden is no better than him. You know, Joe Biden's out there, you know, talking, dropping the N word. Okay, back in the, you know, 1970s, there's a video of him floating around. You can probably look it up on Google or YouTube, where he uses the N word. Okay, and it's obvious that he did have a problem with blacks at the time. I don't know what his current state is right now. It's difficult to tell, but he's made some remarks, you know, that leads me to believe he was a racist or is a racist. Regardless of who the candidate is in the White House, guys, just pay attention to the moves. Look at what's going to benefit you and what's not going to benefit you. Every candidate that steps in the White House and occupies the office for 4 years, 8 years, or whatever the longevity of their time or their term is a flawed individual. Don't fall in love with these guys. Just know that they're there for a season temporarily. But really, pay attention to the agenda that they're trying to push on us, because at the end of the day, it's yourself and myself who get the short end of the stick over another human being that's exalted above us as king or president, whatever you want to consider it. They're sitting back, you know, they're the shot callers. They're the ones that are determining what's going to happen, and their decisions do impact us. They impact our nation. You know, they impact, you know, who we are. So just want to encourage you guys, you know, not to, you know, be emotionally led. You know, don't let your emotions get the best of you, but pay attention. You know, be wise people, be smart people. You know, truly pay attention to what's really being put out there. You know, what are the moves that are being made and stuff like that. And you know, I'm not a Democrat, and, you know, Joe Biden is in the House. I will say flat out right now that, you know, if any time, you know, Joe Biden tries to push agenda that overwrites that which I feel God has incorporated through his words, I'm not going to obey. Why? Because I don't put man before God. I put God before man. To me, my God, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, is always going to be on the throne. He's always in my heart, regardless of how flawed of an individual I am. He's the one that I turn to for advice. He's the one that I turn to for wisdom. He's the one that I turn to for strength. Not one time did I ever turn to Donald Trump for strength, for guidance, or anything. I always turn to God. And that's where I'm coming from. I believe in God, and I believe that the only being in this planet who can turn this country around is God himself. I believe he's the only one that can give us the knowledge as a nation to be able to turn this country around and get away from the chaos that we've been involved in. You know, I will tell you guys before I cut this video off, because I'm getting tired and I'm on my way to a church right now, is you know, pay attention to what happens in the first 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. You know, there's a lot of things that are going on right now that may not be happening once Joe is in the White House. You know, and so just pay attention to these things. You know, don't be naive people. Once again, hey, things didn't work out with Donald Trump. The baton is being, you know, put somewhere else. It is what it is. I'm not going to go out like a loser. I'm not going to get mad. You know, in life, we win some and we lose some. And we want to learn to be good losers as well as good winners. You know, if Donald Trump would have won, hey, let it be. I'm not going to tease anyone or give anyone a hard time. I wouldn't have done that. I would have just gone about my day. It is what it is. He got it. And the same thing with, with Joe Biden, Joe Biden wins. Hey, praise God. It is what it is. He got the win. He got the win. I'm not going to go out there and kill anyone or riot or, again, say the things that those that support the Democratic side have been doing, like burning buildings and things like that. So that's not the spirit of the conservative. The spirit of the conservative is, for America to be legit, for America to stand strong, for America to, be a strong nation. And there ain't nothing wrong with being a strong nation. There ain't nothing wrong. Every nation in this world wants what's best for their country. And that should be the spirit that we have in this country here too. Thank you guys. You guys be blessed. God bless all of you guys. Peace out.